Hey, I'm Mike Meyer with Mike Meyer Incorporated, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the differences in the shocks that we sell. So often I talk to people about shocks and they start just zoning out like, oh my God, this guy's just geeking out on something that I really don't need. But the funny thing is that same person probably just went out and bought a really nice pair of cylinder heads with titanium valves. Most of us can feel a good, solid, powerful motor or a weak motor in our minds. We've been in a car like that. We've ridden it. We can conceptualize it. Not very many of us have been able to sit there and say, man, I felt a really crappy pair of shocks. And oh man, I drove some JRIs the other day and boy, the turn-in was great. That's not so common in today's society. So trying to explain to you what and why you would buy a shock in different cases is really important. We started selling these RCD Bilsteins right when they became available to the Mustang industry. We even helped design the sports and the races with them. It's a monotube piston, means it's a big piston inside. It's got a nitrogen chamber to keep the fluid compressed. It's a really great kick-ass starting point for shocks. We really don't want to sell any poor quality shocks, and this is our base level. Anytime you want to control that car from flopping around, dampening's huge. But then, just like a good motor, you can get a good RV cam and maybe a couple little spruce ups, and it's cool. It'll work great. That's the same thing with shocks. But then, when you see guys come in, hey, I got a 427 stroker, and I've got this, and I've got that, and I've got scat bottom end, that type of person is really kind of turning their car more into an investment. They're proud of it. They're working on it. They're going to keep it for a long time. And that's when you start pushing someone towards something like this. And the challenge is, not many of us have felt what a really great shock feels like. Basically, I'm not going to be able to give you the exact feeling of the shock, but what it really is it's refinement. It's control. You hit bumps, you turn in, and you're in the middle of a turn, and all of a sudden you hit a bump, and the thing absorbs the bumps great. You feel security when you're at highway speeds, and it just makes the driving experience better. And the way they do that is through really high-end attention to detail in their pistons and their machining and their shim stacks. And what we've been able to do with our JRI systems is we call out our own valving based on what our cars need. It's not just some random combination of parts. Oh, that's what they sold us. No. We've driven them. We have our own dyno. We take them apart. We change shim stacks. We change pistons. And we make the most out of it. Then we call that value out. And that's what comes in our systems. It's kits designed by us, for us, and our friends and customers. So when you're going to build something that's really, really high end, nice, and you care about it, and even if you're going to start doing it bit by bit, these shocks will last for years and years and years. I've seen shocks like this last for 25 years and still be relevant today, 25 years later. And the way they do it is they make the seals replaceable with simplicity. The parts come apart with 3/4 end wrenches. Shims can be changed and updated. You can send them to a lot of different shops around the US and just have them updated and freshened up, even here. So JRI shocks are the equivalent of a really high-end motor, with the way you're going to feel it. It's just going to give you the stability and the life and the longevity of your suspension that you're looking for in your classic. So when you're going to buy a shock, JRI is cream of the crop. It gives you all the latitude that you're going to be looking for the future to grow into. It's an investment. The Bilstein shock that we have here is super rad for someone starting out. They're looking for something solid, and they want to, they just want to know that they have a good baseline. But the next level is going to be our JRI shock systems. I hope this helps you out a little bit. Check us out at MikeMeyerInc.com. Look at us up at Instagram, Mike Meyer Inc. We even have a YouTube page. We'll see you guys in the future. Keep digging.